Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Meet the Movie Press, roundtable movie news and commentary from the industry's premier film journalists.
Well, happy Friday, everyone. This is Meet the Movie Press. I am your host, Mark Reilly. I am managing editor at geeknation.com, and look who it is today.
Hey, buddy.
It's Sasha Perl-raver, the host of FX Movie Download. You're on Schmoes. You're on this. You're everywhere.
I am, well, no, as of I think yesterday, I am no longer the reigning champ of TV fights.
Oh.
But I had 1 week of glory. It was very exciting.
Was it Mark Ellis?
No, I wish.
Who was it? Yeah,
I took down this dude named Dan who was on Spartacus.
Dan on Spartacus. Yeah. Okay. Dan, Spartacus, whatevs.
Whatever.
You out.
He was very handsome and Australian.
Yeah. Oh.
Which, that goes far.
That happens.
He was very distracting, and I still champion.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I've been on movie fights a couple times. Got my ass kicked both times.
No.
I know, yeah. Yeah, I did.
By who? Dan.
People. No, that wasn't Dan. Mark Draco, who's a comic book writer for Wonder Woman.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Every time I've gone up against him, it's all about comic books. So he's just like, he smokes me. It's just like...
I'm shocked.
He just has it. He just has it. Also, Andy is very biased against me.
Why?
Andy, I'm kidding. No, I'm just... I'm just... Like, I got some guy tweeting at me, he's like, you didn't win movie fights the other day. What does that tell you? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not good at math. What does it tell me?
No. I'm shocked. I would think you would absolutely dominate. It is a crazy kind of pressure, though, especially when we go into speed rounds.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm still getting angry tweets because I mixed up Judy Jetson and Jane Jetson.
Oh, come on.
Well, it was in the moment. They were like, which animated character? Here's a question.
Okay.
Which animated character would you most like to punch in the face?
Okay.
My answer was Jane because even though she's a future character, sets feminism back so far.
Right.
Because she's such a 50s housewife.
Sure. Yeah. That's very.
But I called her
true.
Judy because Judy's the one you remember because she was the hot one.
Right.
Like, just forget.
Eep, up, orc,
Yeah.
Oh my God, I still remember. My God. Shit, that's well. I'm glad you won, and then you lost. Wait, so
then next week
won.
Somebody comes in and they win, and
I thought it was Mark Ellis.
Yeah,
it probably was.
I can tell you guys, this is Zach in the booth.
Hey, Zach.
And I personally had my ass handed to me on Tuesday by Mark Ellis.
Yeah.
So he
Zach,
is the current winner of TV Fights.
Who else was there?
It was Mark Ellis, myself, and Joseph Scrimshaw.
Oh, Scrimshaw. Okay, that's
a good fight.
That's a good fight.
It's a real good fight.
Sorry, yeah, Mark's tough. It's a different way of thinking.
Oh God,
it's a different way of I forget that you have to really know your facts. It's not like it is trivia, but you have to really kind of reach around. And people can. They're fighting.
Reaching around is very important.
And the reach around, very important.
It's key.
It's very funny.
Key to TV fights.
Well, guys,
Roxy only demands the best.
Roxy does. She only demands the best. That's true. So, guys, we're live right now on the Popcorn Talk Network. If you guys are out there listening right now, thank you very much for joining us. Jeff Sneider on assignment,
yes,
as I always say. He's actually visiting his brother. He was saying something last week. He's like, I'm not going to be here and he was surprising his brother. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go see my brother. Oh, don't tell anyone. And so, anyways, he's over there. Wish him hello, I guess. Tweet at him at the Sneider because he's at the Wrap, and we're going to talk about some of his stuff that he dropped this week.
Yeah.
But first off, FX Movie Download.
Yeah.
You haven't been on in a while.
We were on last week.
What's that?
We were on last week.
No. Here to talk.
Okay.
About the people out there who might not have seen you in a while and know what you're up to. I'm just kind of doing a recap, filling people in. Because you were on this past weekend. I saw you.
Yeah.
I thought.
Was it the Zack Snyder one?
Yes.
Dude, let me tell you, this was the coolest.
Okay. This is pretty cool because they're starting to get to Batman v Superman stuff. So, of course, they go to Sasha, who's going to sit with Zack Snyder.
So we were showing Man of Steel. Mm-hmm. And for Man of Steel, we did an interview with Zack Snyder. We did it at his office, which is the coolest place in the world.
It's like a warehouse or something.
It's the backdrop painting area of Warner Brothers from the 1950s. So it's cavernous and huge, and down below they're on the second floor. First floor is Conan O'Brien.
Oh,
so
wow.
it is, this is Regal Company.
Right.
He's so smart. He's so talented. He's so infectiously enthusiastic that even when his movies kind of suck, you're like, but I get the intention and I love you for it, bro.
I would say that's the girl, the
Sucker Punch.
Thank you,
man.
God, I was like, that movie. Oh boy,
that was a great trailer. That was a great trailer. And the movie, you were like, what?
I was all for it, like, original, just, from the brain to the screen. And I was like, oh man, this is great soundtrack.
Great soundtrack, yeah.
Good soundtrack.
No, and great cast, but that movie was terrible. But so we're sitting down and we're in his office/gym.
Okay.
And we got to talk about Man of Steel stuff, and we got to talk about some Batman v Superman stuff, which they're going to roll out, I think, closer to the movie.
Yeah, I bet. That makes sense.
But, I mean, some of the stuff he was telling me, I'm just like, dude, there's been so much back and forth. Like, I feel like people were really excited about the movie, and then some people kind of lost their enthusiasm. Trailers and photos, like photos got people hyped, trailers got people less hyped. When he talks about it, I got really excited again.
Yeah. I bet, because he loves it. You said it. He loves what he's doing.
He's such a fan.
Fun. Yeah.
He's a fan of the comics. He's a fan of the movies. And I don't know, what do you think will happen when that movie comes out? What's your expectation?
I think it's going to destroy the box office. Yeah. Absolutely. And I can't get a finger on whether it's going to, like, really hit the mark, or I don't know. I have this weird feeling it's either going to hit the mark or, like, be way off. I don't know why. And I think it's going to hit the mark. I actually, that's where I'm leaning towards, because I think that he listened to a lot of what people were saying about Man of Steel. Because I happen to love Man of Steel. I don't know if you liked it or not.
I liked it a lot. And I don't understand. It got ravaged.
I know. And there's a lot. I felt like there was a lot more people that were more vocal about it, like being this or that. And then there's like a quiet few of us that are like, actually,
you guys,
it's actually pretty good. Yeah. I definitely see the problems that people had with it. I can see that, but I loved the mythology he created with Superman.
Totally.
I mean, so much so, I loved Krypton. I loved that Lois Lane knows who he is.
I love that they didn't make her a ditz. They didn't make her a damsel in distress.
Exactly. And
God, that was great.
My only criticism leading into the Batman v Superman was I was so excited for Man of Steel 2. I wanted more, and they're like, here's Batman. So I'm like, okay, I get it. You're bringing Batman in because you want money, because it's Batman's huge, and you put Batman in there and then put a v Superman. Jesus, okay, we're talking. But I wanted more Man of Steel, and so, but now it's looking like I'm doing the same thing that the fans do, and you're seeing it live on air. Me going,
well, it could be. It could be.
I think a lot of people, when Doomsday was revealed in the trailer, and Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor he seemed a little bit more quirky. I think it was rubbing people the wrong way. And I'm just like, come on, give it a chance. Like, I love Jesse Eisenberg. So thinking about his character in Social Network being basically Lex Luthor is kind of rad. I know, look, oh boy, I just got unfollowed 800 times. Yeah. So anyways, I'm all for it. I can't wait. And I was watching Man of Steel and you while I was working this weekend, and I was like, it's gonna. I'm loving Man of Steel again. Just sitting here, it's like, it's a Saturday or whatever. It's just great, and I think it's gonna be great.
They did so much for that movie. I mean, the dude invented an entire Kryptonian language so that they went deep when they were dealing with that mythology. I feel like they're gonna do the same thing with this. Set pieces, I think, are gonna be incredible. My biggest concern with that movie is casting of two people.
Ooh.
One being Wonder Woman.
Okay.
I don't know that Gal Gadot, A, is hot enough.
Yeah.
B, is a good enough actress.
Yeah, I don't know her acting at all.
She was really bad in Fast and Furious.
See, and I'm on record having...
Oh, dude.
Not,
she was in the best one, Fast 5.
I know.
Fast 5 in Rio. Oh, come on.
You're getting a message.
Oh, Sasha.
On the bat phone.
I don't know which way right is.
On the bat phone.
There's
to
right.
Your right.
I'm really bad at right and left. But, dude, this is what happens. You give me Fast 5, and I'm like, ah!
Yeah.
Fast 5.
I know.
Is, I mean, one of the best parts of that franchise.
I know.
She, however, is supposed to be like the sex pot, and there's a moment where she like comes out in a bikini, and she has to get this dude to put his hand on her ass so they can get a fingerprint. Ooh. And she unveils her ass, and I'm just like, girl,
Wah, wah.
Go eat like 500 burgers. Do some squats. Come on. But my other issue is, listen, I love Ben Affleck.
Oh boy, I was wondering if you were going to go here.
Batfleck?
Yeah.
TBD. TBD.
Man, I'm all in on Batfleck.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, when it was announced, as did everyone. I went, really?
Yeah.
And I was like, Batman? Okay.
I was more into Jesse Eisenberg than I was into Batfleck.
Yeah, no, I was too. And then it just, like, I started to really think about it, and it just, oh man, I'm so in.
The photos look great.
Oh, the photos look great. Plus, I mean, at the end of the day, I go, like, for the package deal here. And you're getting a director in Ben Affleck.
You are.
Who's going to be sitting on set in the batsuit going, looking at the shots and everything. Do you think he ever just sits there and goes, really? That shot? Yeah? You don't want to...
That's kind of what Zack Snyder told me. Zack Snyder was like, he's an incredible collaborator, and they really did work together on the set, and he is a great director. I mean, Argo's fantastic.
The Town.
The Town?
The Town is one of my favorite movies all time. All time.
Yeah.
It's probably top 20. I love that movie so much. So knowing that he's there on set as Batman. And then, look, Gone Girl, I thought he was fucking phenomenal.
Gone Baby Gone?
Or, sorry, Gone Baby... No,
well,
Gone Girl.
he was in.
Yes.
Gone Baby Gone.
As an actor, I know.
Yeah.
Gone Girl.
Yeah.
I thought he was phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
So...
But The Town.
In The Town, he's the anchor of the acting. He's just so good. And Jeremy Renner steals the show in that. But yeah, I mean, I'm all in on Batfleck. And Eisenberg, sure. When he was cast, holy crap.
Yeah.
I put out a tweet immediately after, and I was like, Ben Affleck just sent a basket of muffins to Jesse Eisenberg with the note, "It gets better." It was so people like that one.
The fury was so intense.
Oh my God. So that's what this has kind of going for it. There's a lot of behind the scenes, just mumble talk.
Yeah.
And I think Doomsday, I did have a problem with the way he looked. I was like, he kind of looks like a lot of the monsters we've seen out there already in CGI form. So I think that got people off. Wonder Woman, however, I will say she's hot.
She is hot.
Man.
I just want her to have booty and boobs.
Yeah, I
Give
get
me that
it.
Linda Carter. Give me them curves.
I know. I get it.
But
so, we'll
speaking of franchises or characters that have a resurrection, because now how many Batmans have we had? 6, if you include the TV show?
18 or so.
18 or 30. A character that I didn't think we would ever see come back again.
Okay.
Deadpool.
Right.
I mean, how many times have we seen the same actor play a part twice in 2 entirely reestablished franchises?
Right. I don't know.
So
this is rad. So okay, master segue. I like that.
Oh, thanks, dog.
Deadpool comes out next Friday, and Sasha, jealous I am. You saw it last night.
I saw it last night.
A number of people saw it last night. I actually talked to a couple people. No spoilers, guys. We're not going to spoil the movie. Deadpool is actually Wolverine. That's what is revealed at the end. It's actually a Wolverine movie. Ha, surprise!
Yes,
Just kidding.
Jackman.
Hey, everybody online, that's a joke. Okay, how was it? What'd you think?
How R-rated can this podcast get?
I mean, I think we should just go there.
It
It's Deadpool.
is so fucking balls deep brilliant. It is a chimichanga to the heart of brilliance. It is perfect. It is hilarious. It is
God.
everything that you hoped but didn't think they could achieve. Start with even just the opening credits. You're
my God,
shut the front door.
Okay.
It's so smart, aware of itself, perfectly created. The action is gory. It's filthy dirty, which is, listen, I'm not a Deadpool comic fan. I've never read a single Deadpool comic.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
I'm going to go buy some.
Yeah.
Because what they did with this movie, they created not just a film franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now a fan of the character in general. I want to know more about his backstory. I want to know more. They did a fantastic layout of his origin.
Oh, wow.
But I want to read everything that he's ever done. I want 20 of these movies. God bless you, Simon Kinberg and Ryan Reynolds and everyone else involved in that film.
This is
It
amazing.
is a towering achievement of
This is awesome.
comic book excellence.
Guys, are you listening to this?
This is I don't want to set the bar too high, but you know what? I can. Because even if I make your expectations through the roof, you're going to walk in and be like, holy shit!
This is what I got a call at, 9:30, 10 o'clock from my junior editor who went and saw it for Geek Nation. And he was just going shit bonkers over it.
Yeah.
He said the credits. He said, like, it's aware of itself. It's so funny. The action is balls. I mean, so guys, across the board, hearing about all this stuff is starting to be really exciting to me. And then, like, I was driving in this morning, listening to my, sports talk radio, and of course Ryan Reynolds is on there.
Nice.
Because he's at the Super Bowl. There was some news that broke from Deadline during the week was he's going out to do a special screening on Saturday for the fans. They're giving out chimichangas.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is going to be there. I mean, like,
People are going to lose their minds.
Super Bowl, there's going to be a new TV spot. I think they're going to probably show some more or just get you even more. I mean, the marketing behind this thing is just
unbelievable.
I mean, well done. I mean, look, that's how you do it. They're like, I feel like they're like, you know what? We need to target us. If we go fuck it. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's do a testicular cancer awareness spot. Let's do an Australian Day spot. Let's do this. Let's introduce this X-Men. Let's do this. Like, it's just like,
and
it's
all
brilliant.
of that, the tone that they set with the marketing, the tone that they've done throughout the entire thing, it is just part and parcel with the movie.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you could see it 5 times in the theater, find something new that you love about it every single time, own it on DVD, watch it dozens of times. I'm so excited to see it again.
Oh, that's so
and
rad.
I mean, my husband, not a fan of comic book movies, walked out and went, dude, best movie of the year. I was like, baby, it's February 5th. He was like, best movie last year too. I mean, it is.
That's great.
It can win fans from any cross section. I swear to God, I would bring my mom to this movie.
Okay.
I guarantee you, she would be like, "That Ryan Reynolds, he's cute."
Yeah. Well, okay. So we already got a lively discussion on what do you think this is going to open at? Because this was a gamble, if you think about it, on Fox's part, and I got to hand it to them because 5 years ago they would have never done this. They would maybe, I don't know. So I have, let's see here, Dylan Flickinger, one of my main men on the live chat, says, I say Deadpool hits 95 million opening weekend.
Interesting.
I feel like that's, yeah. I think it could. I think that's high.
I think it's high.
I think that's very high.
I think what's going to end up happening is more than the opening weekend, what you're going to see is second and third week legs.
Yeah.
The word of mouth on this movie is going to be off the charts.
Yep. I think this is, from what I'm hearing, what you just did, you're gushing. What last night gushing, I heard from Alex, my junior editor, people are going to go, oh, I got to go see this.
And I got to see it again.
Yeah, and I got to see it again. And my mom will probably go, so what's this Deadpool's?
What is this?
Like, where do I need to see this now?
And you're going to be like, Mom, you kind of do.
Just don't bring John, your boyfriend, because he's he's like a crotchety, cranky old man. I love you, John. 20 years I've known him. And he's...
What if it brought him over, though? What if it, like, brought him to the dark side in the best way?
Oh, my God. He hated every Oscar movie last year. I couldn't... He's like,
I'm with
Whiplash
that.
was loud. It's like...
It wasn't quite his tempo.
It was playing the drums. Okay. So, anyways, this is fun. And, yeah, the thing about you guys are saying it online, we got Zoolander 2 also opening that weekend. So that might kind of take some of the box office. I would say it might take a lot of it.
Well, because it's more established.
Yeah.
It's something that people, I think, it's more of a known entity for, like, the flyover states.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that next week, so I can't speak to whether it's great or not, but...
Did you want another one?
Zoolander?
Yeah.
Totally didn't care.
Yeah, I didn't either. I mean, I know there was like, it really was like the fans always talking, we want a Zoolander, because I like the first one, but I'm not a big Zoolander fan.
I'm stoked on seeing Will Ferrell again, and I think that what Kristen Wiig is doing in, like, the promotional stuff looks great. I don't really care. But I mean, with Deadpool, like, there's a shirt that he wears in the movie as Wade.
Okay.
That I'm going to make, because I just, like, need that as part of my life. Every single thing about it, from costume choice, music choice, editing choices.
Oh, that's why I heard music too.
Ed Skrein?
Yeah, who's that?
The British dude who was in the most recent Transporter movie that nobody saw.
Yes.
Because, oh my God, that's another franchise that I love until they totally screwed it up in the third one.
Right.
But he has such a star-making turn in this.
He's the villain, right? Yeah, I heard, and good villain, huh?
Good
One of the
villain.
best Marvel, like, villains.
He's awesome. And Gina Carano is his muscle. Gina Carano, who is just...
That's funny.
I love her.
Yeah.
And she will literally hurt you. Oh, man, this movie, I want to go see it again right now.
I'm excited.
It's so good.
The things I do for my staff when I go, you go.
You're an idiot.
I know. No, it's
Dude.
It happens. It happens.
No.
But I can't wait. Like, I can't wait to just see it opening weekend. I'm going opening night.
Oh, yeah.
Because people are going to be having fun for this, so this is going to be rad.
That was the thing I was most surprised by. At the end of the movie, credits come up, and I'm literally like, yee! And a bunch of people didn't clap. I was like, you guys.
You have no joy in your life.
I was shocked that the end of the movie reaction wasn't bigger.
Wow.
And I will say,
Wait till after the credits?
yes.
Okay. I've kind of figured.
Gotta.
This is very exciting, guys. What do you think? I know you're on there. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds, he's having the best time. He was on the sports talk promoting it this morning. Just having, like, the best time with this, saying how long it took, how passionate he was for this. I mean, there's stuff like, what was the worst movie you saw, like an interview with Deadpool, and it's like, what was the worst movie? It's like Green Lantern. Like, it's just so perfect. So,
And he makes a lot of jokes. And that's the thing is, I loved Ryan Reynolds from back when he did Van Wilder.
Oh, yeah.
National Lampoon's Van Wilder is a really hilarious movie.
It's hilarious. No, and it's Ryan Reynolds. I loved the guy.
And he's wanted
from day
it.
one.
He was obviously born to play this part. He wanted it. He worked for it.
Yeah.
That he was able to bring it back from where it was left, literally in the rubble of Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
And make it a real thing and do it so perfectly.
It's so great.
I'm excited for people to see it.
Well, that's your Deadpool infomercial of the day. Everybody, it opens Friday, February 12th, 2016 at a theater near you.
That's right.
That's awesome. I can't wait. All right, let's get to some news because, it's been kind of slow. We're leading up to the big, the game, the sports game. What's that?
The Mega Bowl?
The Mega Bowl.
Mega
Puppy Bowl?
Puppy Bowl. And there's Kitten Bowl. There's a Kitten Bowl on Hallmark and a Puppy Bowl on Animal Planet.
This is getting ridiculous. I mean, it's like the little things on the side. Like, again, I keep talking about my sports show. It's like they have, like, Shannon Sharp on, and he's, like, doing the Puppy Bowl.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you doing, dude? Okay,
Dude,
so there's going to be like a ton of commercials, and I hear that we're going to be getting a ton of trailers.
Yeah.
So Deadpool, obviously, Batman v Superman. I've heard. I've even heard a rumor of Star Wars Rogue One.
How is that possible, though?
I don't know. I think they've done enough filming. They have enough that they could show something.
I don't want to see something. I want to wait until they have something great, well thought out, totally like crafted to whatever they really hope it will be.
How dare you? It's Star Wars.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. You don't have to rush it.
No,
they
I
didn't
know.
rush the Prince of Star Wars to make it available for award screeners.
Very true.
And it's still, obviously, fantastic. Number one movie of all time.
Yep.
They didn't have to like force anything. They weren't like, and we need an Oscar. They didn't speed it up. They kept their timeline as it is.
Yep, I agree with this.
I don't feel like you have to do anything like just so that they're gonna come on.
Yeah.
It'll be the number 2 movie of all time. Maybe the new number 1 movie of all time.
You never know.
It's
it could
fine.
be. It's then with the rumors that Vader is going to be a big part in it. Have you heard that? That's pretty cool. So yeah, it might be one of those things where like, hey, you see, Rogue One is kind of crazy. So, anyways, all those crazy ads that are coming out. I don't know exactly what else. X-Men. X-Men Apocalypse trailer. They're doing all the big ones.
That'll be awesome.
The biggies, because they're going to hit this audience is going to be just through the roof. So, but yeah, let's move on from that because I want to talk about something. We got to do this because Jeff Sneider is gone, and this is one of these stories that he was looking at. I want to get your opinion on this. So, James Franco is gonna, you know this?
Oh yeah.
It's gonna direct the stripper saga Zola Tells All.
Yep.
Based on the Twitter sensation. Now, I just love the world we live in. This is crazy. I read the Rolling Stones article on this. This night that this Zola girl does, and I read a few of the tweets, going, okay, she's funny, it's kind of crazy. But my God, James Franco is going to direct this. This is awesome. Good for you, dude.
Oh, dude.
What do you think of this movie? And did you hear about this? Were you a part of the Twitter phenomenon?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I heard, for anybody who doesn't know, there was a stripper named Zola. Mm-hmm. She went with this one girl. They go on this crazy night down in Florida. And there's 178 tweets, I think.
Yeah.
And you can find them all compressed on like Reddit threads. There's a Tumblr that has all of them.
Sure.
So I ended up reading it kind of like a book.
Oh, nice.
Clicking through all of the tweets.
Okay. That's
and
fun.
It's crazy.
Okay.
The fact that James Franco wants to direct it makes perfect sense because, I mean, the guy is basically into just performance art at this point. Although I will say I cannot wait for his version of the behind the scenes of making The Room, the worst movie of all time.
I know. I can't wait for that too.
That's going to be rad.
He's good. Yeah. That's.
And Tommy Wiseau is going to show up to the premiere.
Oh, I know.
And it's going to be great.
I'm the reason this here.
Yes.
I here now.
Football.
I make sequel. I make so. Hi, Mark. So, okay. So.
But I think he keeps mentioning that it's basically another version of Spring Breakers.
Yeah.
The last thing I want in my life is another version of Spring Breakers.
Right.
I hated that movie
I know.
so much.
I saw your tweet too. Yeah.
It's beautiful, and it gave us the catchphrase "Spring Break Forever," and he was fantastic in that movie.
He was. Yeah.
But I hated that film so much, and I don't need to see another one of it. I do think one of the things that you're setting yourself up for in this movie is a lot of issues with, are you guys being racist? Are you guys being sexist?
Yeah, it's. I mean, some shit goes down. You want to read the tweets. Go read the tweets. Go read the Rolling Stones article. I just it was crazy. Like the names that were coming out. It's like Z or whoever the pimp was, and then he tapes them having sex to show to the boyfriend. Like, I mean, first of all, who are these people you're dating? Why are you dating these people, guys? Look, she's a stripper. She's taking off for the weekend. My turn tricks. You don't know. Not someone to bring home to mom, I guess. But geez. I mean, it's crazy just hearing like these things, and Zola she just doesn't give a shit.
No.
And she didn't, like, by all accounts, she's like, no, I didn't know I was signing up for that. I thought we were just dancing.
But my thing is that girl getting life rights money? And if so, then I'm kind of into it. Because I'm like, girl, get yours.
Yeah.
Is she going to be in the movie? Will she make like a Stan Lee style cameo?
And she just walks by.
Yeah.
Just walks off. You're like, hey, that was her. That wink.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting thing.
Will it get distribution? I mean, that's one of those things where I feel like James Franco at this point just turns stuff out.
Yeah.
But a lot of it never sees the light of day.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, what's interesting is that this is something that Jeff Sneider was talking a lot about, the Sundance movie Goat. Mm-hmm. Some of the same makers, I want to say. Reteamed for the adaptation. So it's Andrew Neil and Killer Films. So Goat got distribution, so we'll see how that does.
But that's like a story about hazing and a fraternity, and there's, I think that's a little bit more marketable than, so these strippers have this crazy weekend, and it's based on the Twitter story.
Right.
Is it our first based on a true Twitter story film?
Can we see that in the title cards?
Based on true Twitter.
Yeah. Based on a true Twitter story.
I wonder.
RT. You're like, okay, retweet that shit. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll, it might show up maybe next year at Sundance. Maybe if they start filming. What are they doing? When are they filming? The script, movies, blah, blah. There's a lot of information here. Sorry, and I'm tired. I think it can get distribution. I think it can be one of those movies that kind of, if it's done right, it could be one of those, have you seen this movie?
Yeah.
The way they do it, or it could walk that line and go way over, and it's like, oh my god, this is a racist, horrible, moves the women back to the Stone Age kind of movie thing, and
and I just wonder, but we'll see.
So switching gears on the strippers, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Yeah.
Because why not?
I thought you were going to go to a different place, by the way.
Yeah, where do you think I was going to go?
I thought you were going to go to, paper clips and duct tape.
Oh, no, can't do that.
We'll get there.
You won't get there. 20,000 Leagues. I just find this interesting because I saw a number of outlets going, Bryan Singer left the X-Men franchise, and that's making people click, and then it's 20,000 Leagues, who cares?
Yeah.
He's not leaving the X-Men franchise. He's probably doing this because he's a big fan, and then whatever. What do you think of this? 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Admittedly, I think I saw it when I was little, and I don't remember shit.
I don't remember it either. I remember the poster.
Yeah.
Because the poster's great. I remember... The biggest thing I remember about it is it's in the incredible book that Steven Spielberg is going to adapt, which is All the Light We Cannot See.
Right.
But I don't remember anything about it.
Me neither.
I feel like this is a movie that James Cameron should make because he loves doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't really have any sort of, like, when you say there's so many movies now that have to have IP.
Yeah.
And you have to have source material, and
Yep.
there's got to be like previous knowledge.
Sure.
Nothing about 20,000 Leagues gets me hyped.
Me neither. And I think it's just people, they know that name. They go, oh yeah, that movie, that movie. They go under the sea,
Yeah.
right? And they're gonna go see this, and we'll get a trailer, and it'll be, Captain Nemo? Nemo? I can't.
I feel like it is Captain Nemo.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Which
guys.
is weird.
I'm a little off my game today.
Because
It's
it's
been a long
both the
week.
fish and
Right? No. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I almost said emo. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't think anybody. I don't know. I have this weird feeling that this could bomb. I don't know. Are you guys out there? Are you all clamoring for 20,000 Leagues? This is what's interesting.
I want the one person who's like, I can't wait.
They're like, I grew up with. There might be that people that grew up with this movie. So I find it interesting. I'm not surprised. It was kind of hinted at a few months ago where he had a script or something. It's something he's very passionate about. So if it's a good movie, so if he's passionate about it, he's gonna try to make a good movie, obviously. So I think it'll be great. I'm hoping it'll be great. Captain Nemo, you are correct, sir. Oh, thank you, Christopher Skilicki, one of my writers at Geek Nation.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you for chiming in, guys. All right, so that's that big frickin' thing. Driving into work today. Now we're going there.
Yes.
I'm going to let Sasha do the segues. We were at strippers and all this stuff, and then do your planned segue into that.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, we're thinking about strippers. How will something work out? Well,
Sure.
if you need to know how something's going to work out, if you want to guarantee that you're going to get out of a sticky situation, there's one guy you can call.
That's right.
MacGyver.
MacGyver.
Boom, boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
MacGyver film has been announced.
There's so much crazy MacGyver in the ether. About
The
6
TV
months
show?
ago, there was a contest announced where they were looking for the next MacGyver, but they wanted it to be a female MacGyver,
Nice.
so that they could inspire future female engineers.
Oh, I like that.
And like America Ferrera was involved in it. People who from all crosses of life could submit ideas. Then you ended up with like a celebrity mentor. Roberta Orsi was also included in it.
Nice.
They picked 6 projects. Those 6 projects were going into development.
Really?
They were all sort of like being funneled, and then one person was going to win, and that show was going to possibly be shopped around.
Okay.
As this happens, not Justin Lin. Oh, man. James Wan. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry. I should know my Fast and Furious directors.
Hey, I know, right?
James Wan comes in and he's like, I'm doing this. We're taking this back to CBS.
Yep.
We're rebooting MacGyver as a TV show.
Yep.
We're gonna bring in like a new dude, and we're gonna make it for the new generation.
Yep.
And now there's gonna be a movie.
And yeah, so the movie, since it just broke, what do we got here? Lionsgate is doing it based on the TV show. It will be produced by Fast and Furious and 21 Jump Street's Neil Moritz and MacGyver creator Lee David Zlotov. Hello, Zlotov.
Hello.
Hello, thank you for coming. We make movies. Yeah, so I'm kind of going, and I'm not really seeing him. Will Forte previously starred in MacGyver.
Well, here's the thing.
Duh.
This is, you talk about movies I want to see a sequel to. Do you need a Zoolander? No.
No, MacGruber?
Do
Yeah.
I need a MacGruber?
Look at that. He just
Yes,
lost my voice.
I do.
I
A
love
MacGruber
MacGruber.
2, that's something I'm clamoring for. And I went to a screening of MacGruber last year, and Forte said that they are working on a script.
Yeah, because it became like, it is kind of cult.
Totally.
Cult following. I loved it.
Oh,
so.
man, it's the best.
So do you think, it's not really saying much, but do you think they're going to make it kind of a straight up MacGyver, or is there going to be little winks and nods and funny? It looks that way with the producer, Neil Moritz, who did Fast and Furious and 21 Jump Street especially makes me think
They could take it that way.
Yeah, it could go that tone.
So here's my question. Are they going to do the movie and bring the series back to CBS? Are they going to do the movie and then use that to sort of segue into a TV show?
Yeah, I don't
as opposed
know.
to doing a sequel?
I don't know. Is this a shared universe MacGyver?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Can you believe that I just said that?
I love that you said that.
Yeah, and it's like, but that's what everybody's doing. So it's like, we're going to have MacGyver on TV and MacGyver in the movie, and they're going to, like, walk by each other and go, no.
Here's my question. Richard Dean Anderson.
Yeah.
In The New Mentor, the, like, wise sensei?
Hell,
Because I feel like that's...
the Obi-Wan Kenobi,
Obi-Wan-
if you will.
Got to go find him on an island somewhere in
Right.
Ireland, standing on a cliff where maybe they shoot Game of Thrones. Yeah. I'm like,
That's awesome.
how do you He has to be involved.
I think so. I mean, if any, he's going to have a cameo.
Yeah.
Or maybe. I like the idea. I think if...
It could be his kid.
Yeah, it could be his kid. I mean, that's,
Family business.
Family business. I think they're going to... I kind of want to... Thinking about it, I kind of think it could be a straight up, like... I mean, you could go like... I don't know.
Give me your pitch. What's your pitch
I don't know
for
yet.
a MacGyver movie?
I don't know yet. So the 21 Jump Street popped out, obviously, because of the producer. And then Casino Royale popped up.
Ooh.
Where you go straight up, really dark... Not dark, but, gritty. God, I'm following the trends.
Come on, a gritty MacGyver?
I mean, where he's pulling off shit that you're like, what?
Yeah.
Because that's what MacGyver was supposed to be. It turned out to be pretty fun and pretty, funny. And you're bringing up like duct tape and paper clips and, here's a airplane. I could see it going very serious. I'll say not maybe dark or gritty, but like a serious, straight telling where it's just like, there's tension, there's like, can you do it in time? And the Mission Impossible.
You say that and I go full MacGyver.
Yeah, and then right.
10 seconds, MacGyver. Okay, so who do you have play your MacGyver?
Channing Tatum.
I'm never mad at Channing Tatum.
That just jumped out at me. Again, I'm thinking 21 Jump Street. But he's already got his Gambit coming, allegedly. So...
He's got the hair.
He's
definitely got that Gambit hair going.
Yeah, Joe Carnahan maybe to direct.
Love
says
him.
Dylan Flickinger. That's a good one.
Love him.
Scott Eastwood, Zeno Hour, who's always here. Mark hates Scott Eastwood. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about Scott Eastwood. P.S.
What?
So we didn't talk about Suicide Squad at all when we're talking about Batman v Superman.
Sure.
Batman v Superman, it's so interesting because going all the way back to the start of the show, because people had such a visceral reaction to that in the opposite way that people are having a visceral reaction to Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad looks so effing cool. Mm-hmm. And whenever I see the trailers, I'm like, Scott Eastwood. And I talked to a friend of mine, actually my co-host, Adam Kurtler.
Okay.
Do you agree with the theory that Scott Eastwood is Robin?
No.
No? Who do you think he is?
Well, I think he's God, who is he? I know it's an actual character that I thought was confirmed. Guys, please help me.
Because on IMDb, he doesn't have a title.
Okay.
In the trailer, he looks like one of the flackies to Joel Kinnaman. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Okay, but going back to Scott Eastwood. Scott Eastwood is great because he's super all-American.
Yeah.
He's extra duty hot.
Okay.
He is charming and charismatic.
Okay.
I don't know that for even a split second I could be like, that guy's got a big brain. He can think things through in a crisis. Not even for like a second.
We're getting
Suicide
some
Squad.
theories.
Theories.
I like it.
Who he is.
See, I needed you because I had to, on movie fights.
Deathstroke. Interesting.
Deathstroke, I've heard, yeah.
All right, keep it going.
Robin, sure. I can buy Robin.
Yeah.
Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
That might be cool.
That's the most likely answer.
I don't know exactly what...
Interesting.
Now, there's so many theories out there about how they're tying together this new shared universe and where Batman is in Batman v Superman. Going by the source material, Jason Todd, the second Robin, allegedly is dead and killed by the Joker. So the Joker's taunting with Batman that you let your family die. That's like... Oh. So he's taunting with him. Ooh, ow! Hot mic. So I could buy that if it's like Dick Grayson, that would be really rad if they pulled it in and he's Nightwing. Because that's where Dick Grayson went.
I think it's a pretty plausible theory.
I think so too. I want to say that I should have had you. I got notes from you about Scott Eastwood because I had to fight for him on movie fights to be Han Solo, and I just couldn't do it because that short list of Han Solo.
He's just not witty enough.
Yeah.
But he's hot.
People were going after me, going, "Sorry, he was in a Nicholas Sparks movie."
Yeah.
Argument invalid. I'm like, damn it. I didn't like anybody on the Han Solo list. Period. Just there's not a single person on there I would want to be Han Solo.
Who won
young
that
Han
fight?
Solo. Who won that fight?
Which actor won that fight?
I can't remember for the life of me because I'm old and I forget everything a day later. I don't even know what I had for dinner last night. Yeah, I don't know who
I
won.
had the trolley sole. It was delicious.
Yeah? Okay. No, actually, I had a stir fry.
And then I had a Sharky's burrito
Ooh.
after Deadpool.
Nice.
We had fish with mashed potatoes and spinach, and that we left Deadpool, and both of us were like, "Do you want a chimichanga? We can't get chimichangas. We can get burritos. Let's get
That's
burritos."
awesome.
Yeah.
He's not Robin, he's Nightwing. Yes, no, that's
Well,
what. Yeah, we If it's Dick Grayson now in that universe, we're talking.
I apologize.
Yeah, so
for using
Nightwing.
the incorrect name.
Nightwing would be badass. So
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But so. All right, but going back to MacGyver.
Going back to MacGyver.
If you're putting somebody in that part, you need someone who's fast on their feet.
Yep.
Is plausibly intelligent enough to engineer all kinds of crazy stuff. Has the thing about MacGyver, especially if you watch the old shows over again, number one, they're super cheesy, but they're really fun.
Yeah, they're fun.
And the thing about him was he always had a lot of like snark.
Yeah.
Which you didn't see a lot in characters back in the 80s. Everybody was so eager and sincere. So I feel like you need somebody who's got a lot of wit. And I'm throwing this out and it might be totally wrong, but I feel like I would love to see the less eager side of Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Ooh.
Because he's funny, he's smart, he's
like
interesting, but he always puts on that like song and dance thing and you're like, dude, just pull it back.
Yeah.
And get a little angrier.
Yeah.
Have a little more of a chip on your shoulder, and I think he could be really cool.
I think that's a great call.
Thanks, man.
Anytime Joseph Gordon-Levitt is mentioned, I mean, I am such a big fan of that guy. I think he's so rad. 500 Days of Summer was on the other day.
Best. God, I love that movie.
God, that movie is just
I remember
amazing.
seeing that at Sundance so vividly.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
So-
God. Yeah, I went and saw it like opening weekend, I think, because I was so interested.
I love, by the way, you guys talking about Birth of a Nation and whether or not it's overhyped. Because basically you put everything that I was saying into like one beautiful, succinct conversation.
By the way, were you at Sundance?
I was not at Sundance,
Okay.
but I was listening to it and I was like, you guys, have some festival chill. Just like
Yeah.
relax. Everyone's like, Manchester by the Sea is winning the Oscar.
Yeah.
And Birth of a Nation is the greatest film ever made. And you're like,
Yeah, one of my favorite podcasts that I did with Jeff was last week when we talked about Sundance
Yeah.
and Birth of a Nation, because we basically started getting into this. Just because we're white guys doesn't mean we don't have an opinion on Oscars So White and Birth of a Nation.
Yeah.
And we both worried that is the movie, does it deserve the merit behind it on its own, or is it because Oscars So White?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that we were trying to have a very good conversation and back and forth.
And you did.
I think we did. I loved that one. So I'm interested to see it. I know Jeff was like, yeah, it's good. It's
Totally.
didn't, yeah. It's
well,
good.
that's the thing. I mean, people who have been to Sundance know this. People who haven't been, this is what it's like. You show up, it's freezing cold. You're seeing between 4 and 6 movies in a day.
Yeah. Pretty
You
crazy.
are at a high altitude. It's so much crammed in. You see a lot of stuff that isn't that good.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you see something that's above par.
Okay.
And you're like, this is the greatest film that's ever been made. I have such a heavy hangover and it kept me awake.
Yeah.
I love this movie.
Yeah.
This movie changed my life. I'm writing 500 reviews and 300 tweets and this is the greatest thing.
Yeah.
And then you see it when it comes out 6-8 months later and you're like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
This isn't that great. Like I remember seeing, there was a movie called, it was Hugh Dancy and he has Asperger's.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say it was called like Hugo or something, but it wasn't. I'm going to look it up. Anyway, but it was a good movie.
God, I know what you're talking
but
about,
it
too.
wasn't like life-changing. And
Right.
I thought it was life-changing after I saw it at Sundance. And I feel like 500 Days of Summer was a similar thing. I love that movie, but when I walked out, I was like, this is one of those films that people will remember for the rest of their lives. And it's good. It's just not that good.
Right.
What the hell was this? Oh, it was called Adam. It was
Adam, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, I remember that.
Good movie.
It was
Not
a good movie.
life-changing.
Yeah, I get it. So it'll be interesting to see when it comes out because Fox Searchlight bought it. We talked to, just a recap, 17 million or something, like highest of the festival ever. And it makes a lot of sense because they did 12 Years a Slave, and that's where we literally started to compare them because 12 Years a Slave, we were like, that's kind of a masterpiece of a movie.
Yeah.
That deserved the Oscar. So is this, because of the hype surrounding it, I think it's kind of that perfect storm that just kind of happened at that time.
100%.
And, Nate Parker, right, who's behind it, was, definitely passionate about this. So good on you, dude. I mean, I'm glad it's getting out there. That's bottom line. I just can't, I want to see it and make up my own decision.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so that was our MacGyver talk. Yeah. So Joseph Gordon-Levitt on the table.
I like it.
Yeah. I Channing Tatum. I just threw out there because
like Channing Tatum,
I think
too.
everybody throws Channing Tatum, but I'm also thinking of Hail Caesar. So have you seen it?
Man, I have.
Okay. Ooh, disappointed, huh?
No.
Okay.
Everyone else is.
Okay, because I actually some in my over at Geek Nation liked it.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So Hail Caesar was one of those movies that every time I saw a billboard, every time I watched a preview, I was like, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
Because I love the Coen brothers.
Oh, Coen Brothers, the bomb. We're doing an article today, best to worst.
What's your favorite?
Big Lebowski.
Okay, second favorite.
Fargo.
Third favorite. I know, it gets deep.
That's a hard one. I'm either at Oh Brother.
Oh.
Or what's the other one we were talking about? Jeez. No Country for Old Men.
Oh, God. See, for
Right?
me, I start at Raising Arizona.
Okay, Raising Arizona is top 5.
Oh, my God.
Sure,
Well, for me,
sure.
because that was my gateway drug.
Okay,
So I
yeah.
remember it so fondly.
Yeah, Big Lebowski was for me. if
And
you
then
can
I'm
believe it.
going Lebowski.
Nice.
And then I go Inside Llewyn Davis. I love that movie.
Oh my God, my
God.
junior editor just perked to attention, is falling in love with you even more now because he loves
man.
you. All right, let's do it. Let's do our top 5 Coen. So you have
So I've got Arizona,
Arizona.
Lebowski,
Okay.
Inside Llewyn Davis.
Yeah,
God,
right.
see, because then there's like, whoa, there's so many.
Yeah.
I think then I go Fargo. God, Fargo's great. Then
Fargo
I-
is so good. Sometimes it eclipses Big Lebowski strangely
Sometimes.
in my mind. It goes oh no, I can't.
And then the TV show.
Oh, I know I got to see the TV show. I don't watch TV anymore. It's-
Shock, you
I know.
you would love this.
I know.
And then in my 5th spot, I think I gotta go Oh Brother. Oh Brother is so
It's just so good.
brilliant.
Yeah.
And that's, speaking of music, that's one of those movies where like the music comes on and you're just like,
Oh, you just I love it. Yeah, yes.
Give me your top 5. Okay,
So,
we got your top 3.
Big Lebowski, Fargo, and what did I say?
You said Oh Brother.
Oh Brother. Actually, I'm going to do this.
Okay.
Big Lebowski. It's God today, guys. Today. It's
So it's
Friday.
tie.
I'm so tie. Fargo. Number 3 is No Country.
Yes.
Number
No Country,
4,
sorry.
yeah, is Oh Brother, and number 5 is Raising Arizona.
God, that's a good list.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to go there. That's
You kind of can't go wrong.
yeah,
But
it's amazing. Those
so
movies.
when I walk into this movie, number one, actually, if you are a fan of film and you are not listening to the You Must Remember This podcast, you are missing out. It's an
Really?
incredible LA-based film journalist named Karina Longworth. She did, I think now they're up to like 70-something episodes.
Nice.
They just did a whole series on MGM
Oh,
that
nice.
was
Ooh.
fascinating, and she did a great episode on Eddie Mannix, who is kind of who, a version
heard
of
that.
which
Yeah, version of.
the Josh Brolin plays. If you are into like weird crime stories, she did a 12-part series on the Manson family that is fascinating.
Okay.
It's just a great podcast. But anyway, so going into this, I love the Coen brothers. I love old Hollywood.
love
There
those
are
movies.
some scenes in this movie that are shot in a way where the grandeur of Hollywood, seen from an outside perspective,
I love this.
is so shockingly stunning. And I mean, like the Esther Williams ode is brilliant. There's a fantastic scene with Ray Fiennes. Just hilarious, brilliant, classic Coen
He's
brothers.
Trying to
Get
correct
the director, directing this one scene and trying.
Yeah.
The actor, by the way, who was the kind of a non-entity.
Yeah,
He was in Beautiful Creatures.
Okay.
I don't even know his name.
I heard this, that he kind of stole a big part of the movie.
He's
yeah.
major standout.
That's what I've heard. That's great.
But the film itself has narrative issues.
Okay.
You can tell that it is a love letter to Hollywood. It
Sure.
adores its subject, Tilda Swinton, who shows up and does,
Tilda.
She's just Tilda.
Yeah.
And does Tilda. But there isn't enough story there to feel like you've really dug in, had a journey, gone from A to Z.
Okay.
However, the journey, whether you end at L or D or wherever you get to in the alphabet, is so enjoyable just because the Coen brothers are phenomenal. And speaking of Channing Tatum,
Yeah.
he has a song and dance number
Yeah.
that is
This is great.
show-stopping and not something you see. It's classic Hollywood in a Coen brothers style.
Yeah.
Not perfect.
Okay.
Not necessarily one of their best films.
Okay.
But especially if you are a lover of film, a must-see.
And I love the Coen brothers. Let me ask you this. There's something about the Coen brothers that when you see it a second time, and a third maybe,
totally.
And then, you know what I mean? Is it maybe like that?
Yeah.
Can you maybe go back and go, oh,
Interesting.
I don't know. Because I did that with, strangely enough, Big Lebowski, I saw it in college. And,
Dude!
And I was like, yeah, I mean, that was, sure. I mean, yeah, I don't really get it. Second time.
I hated it the first time.
Yeah, second time I'm like, oh, yeah. Third time I'm like, this is the most brilliant movie of all time. I can't believe it. No, because that was my Big Lebowski at SC.
Totally.
It was one of my fraternity brothers, Paul Longhenry and Steve No, were like, you gotta fucking see this movie, Riley. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, you gotta do it this way.
And you were like, I love it.
What's going on?
MacGyver. Me and MacGyver, too.
By the way, that was taking a drink of water. Nothing more.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I watched it, and then the second time I was like, yeah, and then it was like, I remember then being out of college, moving into my place with all my boys at the time, and we put on Big Lebowski as the third time. I'm like, yeah, it's just brilliant.
Yeah.
So Fargo, not for me though. Fargo was like just straight up brilliant right all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Inside Llewyn Davis, this is so funny because we are fighting internally at Geek Nation for our article, and there's like split down the middle. Two of them wanted it in the top 5, and me and Brian, my boss, are on the outside. No, don't put it in the top 5. So, but I like that you have it.
Because you say
there.
Oh Brother instead.
Yeah, we're all in agreement. Oh Brother, Big Lebowski, and Fargo are all in the top 5,
just
or
the best.
like top 3, I would say. And then we're going around, and then Hudsucker was in there at one point. But then it got moved out, and then, so we're going to drop that today. It's going to be a good article.
Nice.
It's fun. So it looks like we're kind of running out of time, but let's hit a few more stories because this one's interesting to me. Steven Soderbergh.
Yes.
It's been rumored that he's going to end retirement,
Woo!
which I forgot he was retired.
Woo! He was retired from movies. He just wasn't retired from television.
Right. That's right. Because he did...
The Nick. He's got the Girlfriend Experience coming to Stars, which I can't wait for.
There you go.
Oh, man. I love me some Soderbergh. The Nick is... I mean, please. The Nick is a movie 1 hour, once a week.
Nice.
The
I haven't seen it, because I don't watch television. I know. Thank you.
How can you not watch that show? I almost called it a movie.
Because I know. Because I get so behind on television. I mean, I'm overwhelmed.
Sure.
And you know that dream where you wake up naked in school?
Yeah.
Like where
you
thinking
woke
that,
up naked at Geek Nation and
I
everyone
did.
was like,
and
go
I was
home.
Like, and I was trying to watch TV. Why am I putting that together? It's Friday. I'm so retarded today.
Just watch the pilot of The
Yeah.
Nick. Just watch the first episode, which gives you enough to understand the world.
Yeah.
It's very gory. I never look away, and I had to look away during one of the surgery scenes because it's just like, whoa, it's too real. But Soderbergh, one of the greatest American directors we have ever had, TV, film, comeback. I'll watch a web series he does. I would listen to a podcast of just him talking about his ideas.
He's brilliant.
Anything. But yes, end that retirement.
Favorite Soderbergh movie?
Oh, come on, man.
I know. Because I got it. It's a clear winner. Out of Sight.
God damn, I love that movie.
That movie is
the best.
perfect. It's one of those perfect movies. It is so perfect. His little freeze frames, kind of starting here and then going here, and then like George Clooney.
One of the sexiest sex scenes without any sex ever.
Right? And
Jennifer Lopez killing it.
It's her. In my opinion, the only time she was in a movie.
She's so
because
good.
I don't even know what else she was in because she's so great in that movie. Ving Rhames. I'm sorry, Steve.
George Clooney.
George Clooney. Yeah, of course. No, Steve Zahn.
Steve Zahn is fantastic as the bumbling.
Yeah, he's
assistant.
like, hey man,
yeah.
So what's going on? And it's like after they escape prison, he's like, so what's going on, Clooney? Not much. I mean, God, it's so brilliant.
But here's the thing: you could have said like 8 other movies, and I would have been like, yeah, that's my favorite too.
Yeah,
that's my favorite too. I mean,
it's hard. It's hard.
Come on, going from like, there's so many. Come on, all the Ocean's movies. Aaron Brockovich. The fact that he was even involved in Magic Mike is like off the charts.
Yep.
Sex, Lies, and Videotape, changing independent cinema forever.
Yep.
Out of Sight. I mean, that's really up there. God, that's a great movie. There's just so many things he's done. He's so smart.
Yeah. Do you like Traffic?
I love Traffic.
Yeah, I love Traffic and Aaron Brockovich too. I mean, just.
But that's the thing, like, but Ocean's 11 as like a fluffy piece of fantasticness. I love that too. But Sex, Lies, and Videotape, I mean, that changed everything.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, I think that's in the same conversation.
I love Contagion.
Yep, Contagion.
Magic Mike. I'm going back there.
Yeah.
Out of sight. The Limey. Oh, come
Limey,
on.
right?
These are like, this is hard.
Wow, I'm just getting, that's not surprising. Walt Disney just emailed me. Thank you. We are going to do that. It's expected Star Wars Force Awakens going to cross 900 million at the domestic box office probably today or this weekend for sure.
But you hate Poe, and that's why you're not putting Inside Llewyn Davis in your top 5.
No, I do not hate Poe. Poe is the Fonzie of the galaxy. He is. Do you guys realize? Look at the jacket. He's like, he's like his jacket's a big thing. And guess what? I mean, he starts up his X-wing and then he's flying around. The guy does no wrong in the X-wing. I mean, Poe is just the. Poe is the Fonzie of the galaxy.
I love that. That's actually my favorite. Yeah, that's my favorite character description I've ever heard of him.
He is. He's just so cool. He's like, hey, BB-8, hey, where are you, buddy? I mean, he's got a little different, he's not like cool, but he is, he starts his X-Wing with just a on the side, and then he flies the hell out of it, and it's amazing. So
I'd watch Oscar Isaac play MacGyver.
Yeah.
I'd buy that.
I'd buy that
$1.
too. I want Oscar Isaac, as Desi in the Lucy Ball biopic.
Hell yeah.
That's just just
like,
do it. Just do it. We got Kate Blanchett and
Oscar Isaac.
And God, see today. What's the guy that wrote The Social Network and
Aaron
Jobs?
Sorkin?
Thank you.
I thought you were talking about an actor, and I was like,
yeah, no, I'm just so out of it today. Names are eluding me. So
that's okay. It's Friday.
Yeah, it is Friday. But with that, we do have to wrap it up, guys. This has been it just went fast. That's why I wanted Sasha.
The fact that we got to talk about Deadpool, which is awesome.
Yep.
We got to talk about, Sorkin, Soderbergh, Oscar Isaac, the Coen brothers.
I mean, there's some good movies out there with the Coen brothers. Soderbergh might come back.
Yes.
We got Star Wars crossing 900 million. Deadpool is going to be a major hit and is great for the superhero genre.
I'm going to go ahead and say right now, 95% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. Yeah,
maybe 92 because people are haters,
yeah.
But it deserves like a 98.
Okay. No, I'm buying all of that, and I can't wait. So, hey, guys, thank you so much for joining us on Friday on the Popcorn Talk Network with Meet the Movie Press. Sasha, where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Sasha Perl-raver every Friday at 8 p.m. on FX, sometimes on Saturday and Sunday afternoons, too.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
You can also find me this Sunday watching The Kitten and the Puppy Bowl.
That's awesome. And guys, as always, I am at Riley Around on Twitter. That's where I just share all my endeavors in this space. Over at Geek Nation, go to geeknation.com. We got some good stuff happening there. And of course, every Friday here on Meet the Movie Press, and then on Mondays, Far, Far Away over at Geek Nation. A little Star Wars podcast I do, because of course. So I will see you next week, guys. Jeff will be back. Tweet at the Sneider. He is at the Wrap doing his thing, as always. And thanks, guys, for coming. And like I said, see you next week.
Producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network. The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.